Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the world 10 years from now, brighter, faster, and full of possibilities. Now open your eyes and realize this: the future you just imagined depends entirely on what you choose to do today. Yes, the future is in your hands. Believing in yourself is the very first step toward building the future you dream of. It sounds simple, but it's the most powerful truth of all. Everything you achieve in life begins with the belief that you can. Before anyone else sees your potential, before the world recognizes your worth, you must be the one who says, "Yes, I can do it." Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Self-belief is like a seed planted deep within you. At first, it may be small, invisible to the world, but if you water it daily with confidence, hard work, and persistence, it will grow into something extraordinary. Many people give up before they even start because they doubt their ability. They let fear whisper in their ears, "You're not smart enough, you're not talented enough, you can't make it." But the truth is, every great person you admire once stood where you are right now, unsure, afraid, and full of self-doubt. The difference is, they didn't let that doubt win. They chose to believe in themselves even when no one else did. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you will never fail. It means that even if you fall 100 times, you will get up 101 times. It means you will trust the process, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. When you believe in yourself, your mindset changes, challenges become lessons, criticism becomes motivation, and failure becomes a stepping stone to growth. Remember, self-belief is not arrogance, it is quiet strength. It is standing tall in your truth, even when others don't understand your journey. It is telling yourself, "I am capable, I am enough, and I am becoming better every day." You don't need everyone to believe in your dreams. You just need you. Because once you truly believe in yourself, your energy changes, your actions align, and your future starts to unfold in ways you never imagined. So, believe in yourself with every heartbeat, every breath, and every step you take. Because when you do, you don't just shape your destiny, you inspire others to believe in theirs too. And that's how you begin to hold your future powerfully and proudly in your own hands. Setting a vision is like giving direction to your life's journey. Without a clear vision, you may keep walking, working, and struggling, but you won't truly know where you are headed. A vision is that powerful image of your future that keeps you going even when things get tough. It's the dream that lives inside your heart, the picture of who you want to become and what kind of life you want to create. When you set a vision, you are no longer living by chance, you are living by choice. Every successful person in history had one thing in common: they had a vision before they had success. They could see the destination long before they arrived there. They didn't wait for opportunities to come to them. They built their path guided by the light of their vision. Vision gives your life purpose and direction. It turns confusion into clarity and doubt into determination. When you have a vision, every decision you make, every step you take becomes meaningful because you know where you are going. But setting a vision isn't about daydreaming or wishing. It's about believing in something bigger than your current situation. It's about daring to imagine the impossible and then working every single day to make it real. Your vision should excite you and even scare you a little, because that's how you know it's worth chasing. It should push you out of your comfort zone and make you want to grow. A vision gives you energy when you feel tired, hope when you face failure, and direction when life feels uncertain. When you don't have a vision, it's easy to get lost in distractions, scrolling endlessly on your phone, comparing your life to others, or following paths that lead nowhere. But when your vision is clear, you stop wasting time on things that don't serve your purpose. You begin to focus your energy on what truly matters. You learn to say no to noise and yes to growth. Your vision becomes your inner compass, guiding you, grounding you, and reminding you why you started in the first place. Remember, your vision doesn't have to be perfect or complete from the start. It will grow with you. What matters is that you take the time to imagine your future and write it down. What do you want to achieve? Who do you want to be? And how do you want to contribute to the world? Once you know that, wake up every day and take one small step toward it. Even the smallest action, done with a clear vision, moves you closer to greatness. So, set your vision with courage and clarity, protect it from doubt and negativity, nurture it with effort, patience, and faith. Because when your vision is strong, no obstacle can stop you. You will walk through failures with determination, through pain with purpose, and through life with power. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize that everything you dreamed of started with one decision, the decision to see your future before anyone else could. Taking responsibility is one of the greatest powers a person can ever develop. It means standing up and saying, "My life is my own, and I am in charge of what happens next." Too often, people spend their energy blaming others, their parents, their teachers, their boss, their luck, or even their circumstances for where they are in life. But the truth is, the moment you start taking full responsibility for your actions, your choices, and your attitude, your entire life begins to change. Responsibility is not a burden, it's freedom. It's the key that unlocks control over your destiny. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for someone else to fix things for you. You stop saying, "I can't do it because of them," and start asking, "What can I do to change this?" That shift in thinking transforms you from a victim into a leader. Life becomes less about what happens to you and more about how you respond to what happens. You start realizing that your response determines your results. Every challenge, every failure, every setback becomes an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Taking responsibility doesn't mean everything will go perfectly. It means you'll face reality with courage instead of running away from it. You'll accept your mistakes without shame, learn from them, and move forward with more wisdom. When you take ownership of your life, you stop making excuses and start making progress. You begin to understand that excuses might make you feel better for a moment, but they never move you forward. Only action, honesty, and accountability do that. It's easy to point fingers when things go wrong, to say, "It's not my fault," or "They made me do it." But every time you do that, you give away a little bit of your power. You hand over control of your life to someone else. Responsibility gives that power back to you. It says, "No matter what happens, I will take charge of my choices, my emotions, and my future. It's a powerful declaration of independence. The moment you stop living in reaction to life and start creating it. People who take responsibility don't wait for perfect conditions. They act with what they have, where they are, and make the best out of every situation. They understand that growth comes not from comfort, but from accountability. They don't see problems as punishment. They see them as lessons sent to make them stronger. When you own your life, you begin to shape your destiny with your own hands. You begin to walk with confidence, knowing that even if life throws you down, you have the strength to rise again because you are responsible for your rise. Taking responsibility also builds trust with yourself and with others. People respect those who own their actions, who don't hide behind excuses or lies. When you stand by your words and your work, you earn credibility, and that credibility becomes the foundation of your success. You become the kind of person others can rely on, and more importantly, you become someone you can rely on. So take responsibility for your dreams, your time, and your choices. Stop waiting for someone to come and rescue you. You are your own rescue. Don't wait for luck to change. Create your own luck through effort and consistency. Every step you take in ownership brings you closer to the future you desire. The moment you say, I am responsible for my life, you take back control from the world and place it firmly in your hands. That is when you truly begin to realize the future has always been in your hands, and it always will be. Keep learning, because learning is the heartbeat of growth, the oxygen of progress, and the secret to unlocking your true potential. The world is constantly changing, and the only way to stay ahead, to stay alive in spirit, is to never stop learning. Learning isn't just something that happens in a classroom or ends with a degree. It is a lifelong journey, a daily commitment to expand your mind, to challenge your beliefs, and to become a better version of yourself every single day. Every time you learn something new, you open another door to opportunity. You start to see the world differently. You begin to connect ideas, people, and experiences in ways you never could before. Learning gives you the tools to solve problems, to innovate, and to adapt when life throws challenges your way. Knowledge empowers you to make smarter choices, to stand with confidence, and to lead with wisdom. The more you know, the more capable you become, and the more capable you are, the greater your ability to shape your own future. But real learning doesn't happen only from books or teachers, it happens from life itself. It happens when you fail and reflect, when you make mistakes and choose to grow instead of giving up. Every experience, whether good or bad, carries a lesson if you're willing to see it. Every person you meet knows something you don't. Every obstacle you face teaches you something you need. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who never fall, but the ones who keep learning every time they do. They are students of life, humble, curious, and open-minded. The danger begins when people think they already know enough. That attitude closes the mind and blocks growth. The truth is, the moment you stop learning, you stop growing, and when you stop growing, your future begins to shrink. Learning keeps your mind young, flexible, and alive. It helps you keep up with a world that is constantly evolving. New technologies, new skills, new perspectives, new challenges. If you want to create a future filled with success, peace, and fulfillment, you must keep your hunger for learning alive. Learning also builds confidence. Think about it. When you learn a new skill, read an inspiring book, or understand something you once struggled with, you feel stronger. You start to believe, if I can learn this, I can learn anything. That belief in your ability to grow becomes your greatest strength. It gives you courage to take on new challenges and face the unknown without fear. Because the more you learn, the less afraid you are of failure. You know that even if you fall, you can always learn your way back up. Don't limit your learning to one area. Learn about people, about emotions, about leadership, about compassion. Learn to listen. Learn to understand others. Learn from nature, from silence, from every success, and from every mistake. Let every day teach you something, even if it's small, even if it's simple. Because small lessons, gathered over time, make great wisdom, make reading a habit, talk to people who inspire you, watch, observe, ask questions, and stay curious about everything. The most powerful minds in the world never stop asking why and how. They never settle for what they already know. They keep pushing their limits, exploring deeper, and finding new ways to grow. That is what keeps them alive, not just in body, but in spirit. So keep learning, not because someone told you to, but because your future depends on it. The person you will become in 5 or 10 years is being shaped right now by what you choose to learn today. Let every lesson strengthen your mind, sharpen your character, and elevate your life. Because when you choose to keep learning, you choose to keep rising. And when you keep rising, no limit, no failure, no fear can stop you from creating the future that already belongs to you. Embracing change is one of the most important lessons you can ever learn in life. Change is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. It is the force that shapes you, challenges you, and pushes you to grow beyond what you ever thought possible. Yet so many people fear change. They resist it. They fight it. They try to hide from it. But the truth is, change is inevitable. Whether you like it or not, life will keep moving forward. Seasons will shift. People will evolve. Opportunities will appear and disappear. And the world will keep transforming around you. The real question is not whether change will happen. It's whether you will grow with it or be left behind by it. Every great transformation in your life begins with a moment of change, sometimes painful, sometimes uncomfortable, but always necessary. Think about it, no butterfly becomes beautiful without breaking free from its cocoon. No tree grows strong without facing storms. And no human being ever becomes wise or powerful without going through the changes that life demands. Change is not here to break you, it's here to make you. It takes you out of your comfort zone and into your growth zone. It teaches you resilience, flexibility, and courage. When you embrace change, you start to see life differently. You stop clinging to the past and start opening yourself to new possibilities. You begin to trust that every ending is just the beginning of something greater. Maybe you lost a job, a friendship, or an opportunity. But what if that loss is preparing you for something better? Sometimes life removes what no longer serves you so that something more meaningful can take its place. Change clears the path for progress. It's nature's way of reminding you that growth often comes disguised as discomfort. People who fear change often live in regret because they choose comfort over courage. They prefer staying where they are rather than facing the unknown. But the truth is, nothing new is ever born in comfort. The future belongs to those who adapt, to those who welcome change with an open mind and a brave heart. The faster you learn to adapt, the stronger and more successful you become. Adaptability is not weakness, it is intelligence in motion. It is the ability to evolve when life demands something new from you. Think of every major invention, discovery, or success story in history. All of them came from people who embraced change. They didn't wait for things to go back to normal. They created a new normal. They took challenges, crises, and disruptions and turned them into opportunities. That is the power of embracing change. It turns fear into fuel and uncertainty into innovation. Embracing change also means accepting that not everything will go as planned, and that's okay. Life doesn't follow a straight line. Sometimes it takes you in directions you never expected. But if you trust the process and stay open, you'll realize that every detour has a purpose. The more you resist change, the more you suffer, the more you accept it, the more you grow. Change might not always bring comfort, but it always brings lessons. Lessons about patience, faith, strength, and letting go. When you stop fearing change, you begin to live freely. You learn to release control and flow with life instead of fighting against it. You start to see every new chapter not as something to fear, but as something to explore. Each change gives you a chance to rewrite your story, to redefine who you are, and to rediscover what truly matters to you. So, when life changes, when people leave, when circumstances shift, when things don't go the way you imagined, don't break down. Breathe, accept, and adapt. Ask yourself, what is this change trying to teach me? And move forward with faith. Because one day, you will look back and realize that every change that once scared you actually helped you become stronger, wiser, and more confident. Embrace change because it is life's way of preparing you for your future. Without change, there is no progress, no discovery, and no evolution. The more you welcome it, the more powerful you become. Change is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a greater one. And when you learn to embrace it, you'll understand that every shift, every challenge, every new beginning is proof that life is still moving forward. And so are you. Using time wisely is one of the greatest gifts you can ever give yourself, because time is the only thing in life that can never be replaced. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose opportunities and find new ones. But once a moment passes, it is gone forever. Time is life itself. Every second that ticks away is a piece of your story, a part of your future. That is why learning to value and use your time wisely is not just about being productive. It's about honoring your purpose and respecting your own potential. Most people don't realize how precious time is until it's already slipping through their fingers. They waste hours scrolling, complaining, or waiting for the right moment to begin something important. But there is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Every day you delay your dreams, they move one step further away. The future doesn't belong to the people who wait. It belongs to the people who act. Time rewards those who use it with intention, not those who take it for granted. Imagine your life as a sand timer. With every breath, a grain of sand falls, and you never know how much sand is left. That thought isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to awaken you. It's a reminder that life is short, and the time to live, to grow, to create, and to love is now. Every morning when you wake up, you receive 24 hours, 86, 400 seconds, a gift more valuable than gold. The question is, how will you spend it? Will you invest it in something meaningful, or will you let it drift away unnoticed? Using time wisely doesn't mean working non-stop or filling every minute with activity. It means being intentional, knowing what matters most, and giving your energy to it fully. It means choosing progress over procrastination, growth over comfort, and purpose over distraction. Every small action you take with focus builds the foundation of your future. Reading one page, taking one step, practicing one skill, saying one kind word, these tiny investments made daily create massive results over time. Time management is really self-management. You can't control how fast the clock moves, but you can control how you move with it. People often say they don't have time, but the truth is, time is not lacking, focus is. You will always have time for what you truly value. If something matters to you, you will find a way. If it doesn't, you will find an excuse. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary people is not talent or luck. It's how they use their time. Successful people value minutes the way others value money. They understand that how they spend their hours determines how their life will unfold. Think about how much time is lost worrying about the past or fearing the future. The only real moment you ever have control over is this one. The present moment is your power. If you waste it, you waste your chance to create the life you want. But if you use it with focus and gratitude, it becomes a building block for your dreams. Every hour well spent is an investment in your destiny. Every wasted hour is a lost opportunity you can never reclaim. Sometimes using time wisely means slowing down, resting, reflecting, or simply being present with the people you love. Because time well spent is not just about achievement. It's also about connection and balance. Life is not a race against the clock. It's a journey that should be lived consciously. You don't need to fill your time with noise. Fill it with meaning. If you want to know the value of time, talk to someone who missed their chance, who waited too long, who thought they had forever but didn't. You will see the pain of regret written in their eyes. Don't let that be your story. Don't wait for someday, because someday is not on the calendar. Today is. Every moment you have is an opportunity to grow, to create, to love, to learn, and to make a difference. Treat your time as your most sacred treasure. Guard it from distractions, from negativity, and from anything that doesn't help you move toward your purpose. Be wise with it, be grateful for it, and use it in ways that make your life and the lives of others richer and more meaningful. Because in the end, it's not the number of years that matters, it's how you spend them. The way you use your time defines the quality of your future. So take control of your moments, invest them wisely, and live every second with purpose. Because once the clock runs out, no one can turn it back. Surrounding yourself with positivity is one of the most powerful decisions you can make for your future. The people you spend your time with the energy you absorb, and the environment you live in all shape the person you become. Whether you realize it or not, you are constantly influenced by the energy around you. The words you hear, the attitudes you see, the habits you witness, they all leave an imprint on your mind and heart. That is why it is so important to be careful about who and what you allow into your space. If you surround yourself with negativity, doubt, and fear, you'll slowly start to carry that same energy within you. But if you surround yourself with positive, uplifting, and growth-minded people, you'll start to rise with them. Positivity is not just about smiling all the time or pretending everything is fine. It is about being around people who encourage you when you fall, who remind you of your strength when you forget it, and who celebrate your wins without jealousy. It is about choosing relationships that build you up, not break you down. The truth is, you cannot control how others behave, but you can control what you tolerate. You can choose to walk away from environments that drain your spirit and step into ones that nourish it. You owe that to yourself and to your dreams. When you surround yourself with positive people, you start to see life through a different lens. Problems feel smaller because you know you're not alone in facing them. Your confidence grows because you're reminded of what's possible. You begin to believe in yourself more deeply, simply because the people around you believe in you too. That's the power of environment. It silently shapes your mindset. Just as a plant grows better in sunlight than in darkness, you grow better in an environment filled with hope, encouragement, and kindness. Sometimes positivity doesn't come from others, it comes from within you. You have to learn to create it for yourself. Even if the people around you are negative, you can still choose not to absorb that energy. You can choose to be the light instead of waiting for others to bring it. Speak kindly to yourself, fill your mind with good thoughts, read inspiring words, listen to people who make you feel alive. When you create positivity inside you, you naturally attract more of it around you. Energy attracts energy. The more light you give, the more light finds you. Negativity is contagious, but so is positivity. One kind word, one supportive gesture, one act of encouragement can completely change someone's day. When you choose positivity, you don't just uplift yourself, you lift everyone who crosses your path. You become a source of hope in a world that often forgets how to believe. You start to inspire others without even realizing it. And in doing so, you create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond you. But remember, positivity doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means choosing to see possibilities within challenges. It means focusing on what you can control instead of what you can't. It means understanding that even on the darkest days, there is still something to be grateful for. Gratitude feeds positivity. When you focus on what's good, what's strong, and what's beautiful in your life, your energy shifts. You stop complaining about what's missing and start appreciating what's already there. That simple shift can transform your entire world. There will always be people who doubt you, criticize you, or try to bring you down. Don't let their noise enter your mind. Their words only have power if you let them. Protect your peace the same way you protect your dreams. Choose silence over arguments. Choose understanding over anger. Choose to walk away rather than waste your time proving your worth. You don't need the approval of negative people to shine. Their opinion cannot define your destiny. As you move forward in life, seek out those who challenge you to be better, who push you to grow, and who remind you of your potential when you forget it. Surround yourself with those whose presence brings calm, whose words bring clarity, and whose actions bring kindness. These are the people who will help you reach your highest potential. In the end, your circle either expands your vision or limits it. The right people will help you see how powerful you truly are. The wrong ones will make you doubt it. So choose wisely, because your environment is not just where you live, it's what you become. Fill it with light, laughter, wisdom, and strength. Build a world around you that reflects the kind of future you want to live in. And always remember, the more positivity you surround yourself with, the more unstoppable your journey becomes. Working hard in silence and letting success speak for you is one of the most powerful philosophies you can live by. In a world where everyone is rushing to show off their achievements, where people crave attention more than progress, true strength lies in quietly dedicating yourself to your goals without the need for constant applause. Real winners don't shout about what they're going to do, they just do it. They understand that success doesn't come from talking, it comes from working, sacrificing, and staying disciplined when no one is watching. When you work in silence, you protect your dreams from unnecessary noise. You save your energy for action instead of wasting it on validation. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your results will do that for you. Every hour you spend improving yourself, every late night of effort, every early morning of discipline becomes a brick in the foundation of your success. And one day, when your hard work finally shines, people will call it luck. But you will know it wasn't luck at all. It was persistence, patience, and quiet dedication. Working in silence doesn't mean you hide or downplay your ambition. It means you stay humble, focused, and consistent. It means you don't allow distractions or opinions to derail your mission. The loudest people are rarely the most successful. It's the focused ones, the disciplined ones, the ones who spend their energy on creating rather than boasting, who achieve greatness. You don't need to announce your plans to the world. Success has a way of making its own noise when the time is right. Silence gives you power. It keeps your mind clear and your motivation pure. When you keep your goals private, you protect them from doubt, negativity, and unnecessary pressure. You give yourself the freedom to fail, to learn, and to grow without judgment. The truth is, growth happens in private. Seeds grow underground before they ever touch the sunlight. The same is true for your dreams. They need time to develop in silence before the world sees their beauty. In today's world of social media, people often confuse visibility with value. They think that posting every small step equals progress. But showing off your journey doesn't make it stronger. Doing the work does. Real success is built quietly. It's built in the moments when no one claps, no one notices, and no one even believes in you. It's built through sleepless nights, failed attempts, and the relentless drive to keep going even when no one is watching. When you work hard in silence, you also learn patience. You stop expecting instant results. You understand that meaningful success takes time. Just like a mountain is formed slowly through pressure, Your success is shaped through persistence. You start to find joy in the process rather than the recognition. You learn to trust the journey, knowing that one day your results will speak louder than any words ever could. Letting success speak for you is not about arrogance, it's about confidence. It's about knowing your worth without having to advertise it. The moment your achievements begin to shine, people will notice. They'll ask how you did it. They'll admire your discipline. They'll call you talented, not realizing how many silent struggles it took to reach that point. But you will know it wasn't talent alone, it was the countless unseen hours of effort that made the difference. There's something beautiful about quiet effort. It builds character. It teaches you humility. It reminds you that success is not about attention, but about impact. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. Your consistency and integrity will always speak louder than words. Every great artist, athlete, or entrepreneur you admire had seasons of silence, times when no one believed in them, no one recognized them, and yet they kept going. Those silent seasons are where strength is built and where greatness begins. So keep your head down and your heart focused. Don't waste time proving your potential to others. Prove it to yourself. Let your progress be your proof. Let your results be your response. Every minute you spend working in silence is a step toward a future where your success will speak so loudly that you won't have to say a single word. And when that day comes, when the world finally sees what you've built, remember to stay humble. Remember the quiet struggle that got you there. Because true success doesn't just shine, it inspires. It tells a story of discipline, faith, and resilience that words could never express. Work hard in silence, trust your process, and let your success make all the noise you'll ever need.